All right, it's that time again. Week 15, my second semester of ASL. I am very excited. Yesterday went very well. At first I thought it was just going to be, just a class, we were going to take another spelling test, SPELLING, all that, but no, it turns out that for this week and next week, and I think until the first week of February, it's going to be basic tutorials and warm up. And the reason why that is because my ASL class takes place in a church. This is a church sanctioned class taught by the worship service interpreter, who's a really nice lady, and I love her very much. But right now, they're also hosting a parent class being taught by an expert on kids and parenting who just so happens to go to the church as well as a member. So, and those are going to last this week, next week, and I think until the first week of February. So that first week of February, I believe that's when we are actually going to get started with reviewing. We're just going to do some basic reviewing for now, but then once we're all caught up again, once we've got a basic refresher, off we go. Remember that this book that we've been using for the past several weeks, Sign Language in 24 Hours. We went through a few of these again. Basically, how my teacher found out that we needed a refresher on certain words was because we played the game Guess Who. Now, for those of you who might not know or might be too young to remember, Guess Who was this game back in the 90s where you would have all these different people, and they would all be inside these little doors, and you would open up the door, select a character, and the person who is the opposing team would ask you like certain questions, like, does this person have a beard? If this person has a beard, then you close the door of all the figures that don't have beards, like that. And you would say that for someone, does he have glasses? No. Well, you close the doors of all the characters that have glasses, and eventually you're all just left with one person, and then you say, oh, is it this person? Yes, that's essentially what Guess Who was, and apparently it's still going on, it's still a thing, but in recent years they've been adding, vehicles, animals, all sorts of things. But we mostly just worked on animals because we know the basic signs for animals, Vehicles, we definitely need to have a formal lesson about that, but with animals, it's easy, like this is dog, because it's like D and then G, D and G. So it's like dog, come here. And this is cat, for instance. This is bird. And I can't really use both of my hands because my other hand is using my camera. But fish is sort of your the very tips of your fingers touching the palm of your other hand, and the fingers of that hand that you're touching, that palm, you wiggle them around, and that's a fish, essentially. I recommend looking these up. These are really interesting. I wish I could do more, but we also did a little bit of refresher course on colors. Like, this is red, this is orange. This is also the sign for milk. Like, this is orange, and this is milk. That's fascinating. And of course, this is yellow, this is green, blue, purple, all that. So, very interesting night last night. My teacher was very encouraging. She was very kind, as usual. And apparently this is only the second time they've ever had an advanced course following the beginner course that happens every fall. So I feel kind of special. So that's how things went this week. And I can't wait to tell you more about what we will go over next week. I will talk to you then later.